Over the years, and I mean many years, 10, 15 years, I've had this issue of sending my prayers out, saying positive affirmations, believing for something really, really deeply. And the result was I ended up receiving the opposite of what I prayed for, like almost the exact opposite, as if my prayer was reversed and God gave me the exact opposite of what I thought I was believing for and what I thought that I was praying for. And I asked God over the years, why does this continue to happen? Why is it that when I say my declarations and my affirmations and I send my prayers up to you, Lord, that I'm receiving the opposite of what I prayed for? Am I cursed? Do I not deserve what it is that I'm praying for? What am I doing wrong? And over time, what I learned is this: even if you're receiving the opposite of what you're praying for, and just know that you're blessed. God hears you and your prayers are being answered, but God cannot go against spiritual laws. Energetically and spiritually, if you're not aligned as you say those declarations, as you say those affirmations, then you're not going to attract to you the thing that you desire. If you're telling yourself, I'm going to live in a big mansion and I'm going to have luxury cars and I'm going to be rich, but deep down inside, your energy is aligned with scarcity, you're doubtful, and you truly don't believe that you deserve that lifestyle. Maybe you were raised to think that wealthy people or people who are lucky and only special people have an opportunity to acquire wealth and prosperity. Then whatever you say out of your mouth, your prayers, your affirmations, or your declarations, they're not going to land on good soil. But if deep down inside you are energetically aligned, you are at peace, you're operating in purpose, you're saying your affirmations and your declarations, you're sending your prayers up to heaven, and it's aligned with your energy, you will absolutely, you will receive what you prayed for, right? And so, as an energy strategist, my courses and my material is designed to help you see where you're out of alignment and to help you get into alignment. This makes me think of when Jesus healed the blind man in Bethsaida in Mark chapter 8. A blind man was brought to Jesus, and they wanted Jesus to give this man his sight. But Jesus pulled the blind man outside of the village and he put saliva on his eyes. And he asked the blind man, do you see anything? And the blind man said, I see people, but they all look like trees. And so then Jesus applied a little more saliva on his eyes and asked him, what about now? And that's when the blind man fully and completely had his sight. Now think about this. First of all, Jesus pulled this blind man outside of the village. He had to separate this blind man from what was familiar to him, right? Separate him from the usual sounds and the usual energy. Because when you're blind, you go off of energy, you go off of sounds, you use all of your other senses to help you navigate through life and maneuver through places because you can't see. Jesus had to remove him away from what was familiar and make sure that his energy was aligned with Jesus and Jesus alone. And if you think about when Jesus Christ put the saliva on his eyes and he asked the blind man, do you see anything? This isn't common for Jesus Christ. Usually, when Jesus performed miracles and he healed people from diseases and gave them their sight, he just sent them away healed, restored, and the miracle was done in an instant. But in this particular situation with the blind man in Bethsaida, things happen in multiple steps. That is because this blind man had to align his energy. And Jesus tested him by asking him, do you see anything? And it was coming into clear focus, right? He was almost there, right? The blind man said, I see people, but they all look like trees. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, right? I know that your faith is being strengthened. I know that your energy is being aligned where it's supposed to be. So now we're going to do this again. I'm going to apply a little bit more saliva. And at this point, you should completely have your vision. And so it was, right? And that's just how things are in life with us. You have to separate yourself from things that you're used to doing, places that you're used to going to. And then you have to align yourself with God so that way when you start speaking and sending your declarations and your prayers out, you're actually receiving what it is that you're asking for. And so this is one of the main reasons why we need to be energetically aligned. Right? A lot of your problems and issues can be resolved just by making sure that you're operating in alignment, you're operating in purpose. Now, I've created 2 courses. One of the courses is a free course, Realigning Your Relationship with Money. It's absolutely free. And it's just showing you how to align yourself with purpose so that way you can open up the portal to attract abundance in your life. And then I have another course, Realign Your Energy. That's a paid course. So if you're a person that believes you are truly blessed, there is more in this life for you to accomplish, and you're looking for fulfillment, you can contact me at raineegrantacademy.com, and I will be more than happy to discuss some of the programs and some of the systems that I've put in place, or I can help you create your own system to realign your energy. raineegrantacademy@gmail.com. I'm wishing you well. I'm sending you blessings, and I'm sending you love. Take care.